back from Bristol. Such a quality time talking about painting. Just really goes through you. So what was the MPO at Bristol? It was the Miniature Painting Open, held by Cult of Paint, a company owned by Andy Wardle and Henry Steele. I think they've done 2 miniature painting opens before, so it was the online one they had at the end of last year, and I think they did one during the pandemic as well. But this was the first time that they've done it in person. So it started off a bit small, so they only had about 200 entries. So originally, I got 2 tickets for me and James to go. For some silly reason, he just decided to buy a house or something. He wants to live, which is crazy. I thought I'd take an even better painter, Nathan. And he's been painting for a whole 3 months, pretty much. So you can tell he's gonna be good. So the event was on 18th, 19th May, and we've been planned for months. Arrived in Bristol at the train station at about 9 o'clock. So we've arrived at Bristol this morning. Feeling great because our accommodation got cancelled as we arrived. So I had to book another place to stay the night.
It's going well.
It's going well.
We'll get all the hiccups out of the way now.
Absolutely. I think all the models are intact.
I don't know if mine is. It's at the bottom of my bag. Yeah. I hope for the best.
Really good venue. It was just by the train station, so for everyone travelling by train, it was really good in Temple Meads. It was at the engine shed, which they said was a fantastic venue, and I agree with them. Arriving at the engine shed to get ready for the competition, we had to wait outside for a bit, but got talking to C Studios, and then we talked to some guys from the Fen Model Show. That was really interesting. Then we finally got in, getting all the stickers and the stamps for our the events. So effectively there were 7 categories. Well, there's beginners, which was just its own category, and then for standard and masters there were vehicle, mechs, military, storytelling and painting as the option, and you could enter as many things as you wanted into any of those. First time being at one of these opens, where it's not necessarily a first, second and third place, but everyone who works towards a bronze level gets a bronze and a silver and a gold. Nathan was thinking about entering the standards before we got there. I was pretty confident entering the standards before I got there. And then we got there, and then we saw the standards, and we were like, oh, these guys are pretty good. Felt pretty nervous about a lot of my entries. I was like, I have vastly overestimated my talents here. I think Nathan very quickly decided he was going to go beginners, which, at 3 months, I don't think there should be any shame in at all. I did suggest that he should just go for masters and win the best in show, but he bottled out at the last second. So, what did I enter? To milk an old stone? I don't know, that's probably a dreadful phrase. I took my Golden Demon entry, and I entered this guy into storytelling. I took my Norn Emissary, which blew up on Instagram. This little aberrant guy, is he an aberrant? Abominant, which I did for a local competition. I took my Ryan's Minis Hormagum challenge one as well. And then I wanted to do a few things for the event. Well, so Richard Gray commented on my Norn. He said, that's amazing. And seeing as Richard was one of the judges for the event, I thought I need to paint something like that, but better. So I did this Morlock in about 2 weeks before the event. Probably should have spent a bit longer on him, put a bit more time, a bit more care into it. But it's been fun doing it anyway, and now he's a good part of the army. The main event, the one that I was actually sort of fully planning to do for the event, is this guy, my Avatar of Kurnoth. So it's an Avatar of Cain, Kitbash with a Tree Lord. I'd been speaking to a few people sort of heading towards the event. OB Paints, Oliver Beetlestone, met up just before we went in. So we entered all the things. We're just looking at a load of other people's stuff and sort of generally feeling a bit awkward compared to a lot of the big heavy hitters that had turned up. Then it was sort of approaching lunchtime. We went outside. We were sort of just trying to work out what we were going to do for the day. So we just approached some of the other guys that we had seen had been at the competition, and we just asked, would you like to go to lunch with us? And they said, sounds good, go for it, meet people. Everyone in the painting community mostly seems really nice. So luckily we'd found a a Bristolian, and he took us to a burger place. We pretty much all had the same burger, which was the blue cheeseburger. But yeah, that was really good, very nice. We got talking to them, and we got sort of basically end up doing the usual thing of asking, what have you brought in that? So Oliver brought 3 things. So he brought a demon bust with like an OSL sort of test. It was mostly using the Chimera paint. It's not Kermit the Frog, it's Hector the Frog, with a little glowing staff, like a wizard Hector the Frog. Hawk's Raidings or something, which is an orc like charging through a fence with a pig on his shoulder. Alex, who brought Bust of a Pirate, brought a lady in front of a waterfall, which is also very nice. Josh brought a Space Marine like Smash Captain that he'd. Matt brought some ladies with some big weapons. One with a sniper rifle and one with a big ass sword. I think so all the entries had to be in by 2 o'clock. So we went back afterwards and we got to see some more entries that weren't in there earlier and have a proper look. But then the judging had started, so they were all looking sort of, and if we got too close they were like, back off! I think it's so that we couldn't hear what they were saying and wouldn't be offended if they were like, oh my god, this green sucks on these Tyranid models. Oh my god, this guy doesn't know how to paint. That's dreadful. All jokes aside, they were apparently very pleasant towards the standard categories and a little bit meaner and harsher when it got to the masters. So the judges for the competition, all Slayer Sword winners. So there's Andy Wardle, who is part of Cult of Paint as well. Richard Gray, who one of my big fan of, who is also won a Slayer Sword, and then Albert Moreto Font, who won the last UK Slayer Sword, so from Warhammer Fest with that elf. So, you know, pretty sort of fantastic group of judges. I think they've all done judging before. So when we came back after lunch, we had a quick look around the Element Games stall that they had there, and we even got to sit down with Byron and have a small dry brushing class, which was a lot of fun to see how to dry brush, but also how he teaches, because obviously I've started doing some teaching at my local store. So we decided to leave. We first thought we were going to go grab a drink and sort of think about where we want to eat. Then we got the announcement from Cult of Paint that they were going to the Left-Handed Giant. So we thought we'd go and sort of try and join up with a few people and talk a bit more. Turns out there's 2 Left-Handed Giants in Bristol. Half the people went to one and half the people went to the other. Ended up spending a lot of time talking to the guys at Fen Model Show, which they were absolutely brilliant and really tempting to go to Fen, so I'm going to see if I can. I think Nathan's unfortunately out of the country when it's happening. Nathan spent a lot of the time talking to both Fett and Kevin, really fantastic guys, energetic guys, and great that they were giving us the time of day, considering they were both considerably better painters than us. Fett ended up going on to win gold in Masters for his dioramas, and then Kevin was giving us all the cheats to put minimal effort in to get maximum effect. Seeing all of that, maybe had a few too many non-loyals that night, but a fantastic night overall. I even got to talk to Arnu, who later won the best of show, so it was quite an experience. Got to the prize, the awards show. Could have done with a little more seats, but we managed to get seats just the same, which was good. So get to see the whole show. Unfortunately, Nathan didn't get anything. Shocking, dreadful. I'll have words with them. The standard category. Ollie and I managed to bag bronzes in standard. I got mine for my Avatar conversion, and Ollie got his for his Pig Raider, Pork Raider. Alex won a silver in standard as well on his Pirate Guy bust. The best prize in the category is Best of Creative, I think, and one gent had managed to do the Gloucestershire cheese race effectively, but in the essence of AOS, and then best in show overall, so Arnu Lazaro, I believe. I think he's got 3 names, I'm missing one. Anyway, fantastic job, absolutely amazing. It's the best NMM you've ever seen, the reflections in it, just, everything about it, perfect. The best skin you've ever seen. way too good. We departed ways, sorrowfully. Looking forward to the next time, having really good, and I highly recommend if you can make it to the next one or any of those ones, so like Fen, try and push yourself because these are really fun events to go to and you shouldn't really ever feel out of your depth, I think, because no matter sort of like what stages you are in your painting journey, people really just do want to help and sort of provide support and be really positive. That was been us. Now unfortunately I couldn't mention everybody that we met over the weekend, but so many fantastic people, and if you were there, please just like leave a comment, and if you're watching this for some reason, leave a comment and we'll try and respond and recall fond memories. Thank you for watching.